yung reach advantage and height advantage medyo nanenegate ni Melvin.
Yes, it's not exactly. Whoa!
And just like that,
That's what I'm talking
right
about.
hand on the button.
Just
What
like
is
I
going
told,
on?
just like
Will
I
he
told you,
survive that?
we have to watch out for that right hand. That's the killer. That's the killer right
The
there.
right hand. Will Melvin
And Melvin is going for
Jerusalem
finish this fight?
continues the pressure. Oh my God!
the referee is taking a close look at Castillo right now.
He's checking if
Castillo hanging on for dear life.
And what a round for
What?
Melvin Jerusalem.
For the untouchable, true school sports. Let's go, baby. Bow!
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so I wanted to go ahead and show the minimum weight division some love, the 105-pound division some love, because this is a weight class that oftentimes people don't pay attention to, nor do they care about. We care about the whole sport of boxing here on True School Sports. With that being said, we had a fight this past weekend with the WBC champion, Melvin Jerusalem. You know, it was his first world title defense since he won the belt against Yudai Shigioka, and he fought his #1 contender. And his #1 contender was Luis Castillo. And I'm not talking about, Jose Luis Castillo from Mexico 20 years ago. I ain't talking about Luis Castillo, my favorite baseball player from the Marlins back in the day. I'm talking about Luis Castillo, the southpaw, the lanky southpaw, #1 contender, WBC. 21-0-1 with 13 knockouts, so a good record on paper. If you look at his record, for the most part, he had fought mostly like nondescript competition in Mexico, but had won the fights necessary to get himself into that position. So we respect the rankings here on True School Sports. Look, it was a fight for Melvin Jerusalem that was a routine title defense. It wasn't a hard fight for him. I thought he showed good patience and experience in this fight. Castillo was a bit overzealous and overcommitted to some stuff early on, and Melvin Jerusalem dropped him early in the first round. And pretty much from there on, he outworked him and got his respect early with his punching power and cruised to an easy decision, an easy unanimous decision victory to become, to defend his WBC title. So that being said, this weight class is really starting to heat up. It's been heating up for a long time. We've had a couple upsets. We've had the Japanese brothers, the Shigiokas, basically get replaced by the Filipinos. And now it was announced that on November 16th that you're going to have a unification fight in this division for the WBO and WBA titles as Oscar Collazo takes on knockout CP Freshmart, a fighter that, a lot of us may have seen on BoxRec or seen him in the rankings, but hasn't really gotten a lot of exposure. So he's one of those guys from Thailand. He's 25-0, been champion for a long time, been one of the longest reigning champions in boxing. So the winner of that fight becomes the WBO WBA unified minimum weight champion, which would then free up the two Filipinos, which is Melvin Jerusalem and Pedro Tajuron, to maybe they could unify. And I think it's possible. It's very doable that in the next, year to 18 months, we could get an undisputed champion at 105, which I think would be great. My only thing is this, when it comes to, undisputed fights at these lower weight classes, is these guys don't make a lot of money. And one thing boxing fans don't understand is that it costs a lot of money to fight for undisputed. Remember, every belt, there's a sanctioning fee, and these sanctioning fees aren't cheap. They could run you as high as 250,000, 100,000, and so multiply that times 4, it becomes very costly and very pricey. So the only way I think you could meet the demands to make undisputed in this weight class is if there's big purses paid out. And like, for example, this is why I think Turkey Al-Rashid could be useful in boxing. Again, you guys know I'm not the biggest Turkey fan, but this is why I do think there is value for some parts of boxing for Turkey, and this is one of those parts of boxing. The Riyadh season, Turkey Al-Rashid, they're always looking to fill out, slots and fights on their card. These guys don't cost a ton of money, but for the money that you could pay them, it wouldn't be any sweat off of the Saudis' backs, and these guys get compensated and they could fight and they could be more and they get more exposure and they could drive their value up as fighters. So I like that for them. But yeah, I think for Melvin Jerusalem, I respect him a lot. He lost to Collazo when he was champion. Now he's champion again. And I think the natural progression has to be a unification fight next. he went ahead, he beat a guy in the rankings. So the next progression's got to be, you know, him fighting his fellow Filipino, Pedro Tajaron, unifying the belts, and then, God willing, sometime in 2025, those belts can go ahead and we can have a nice undisputed fight at 105. Because really and truthfully, look, this weight class is always going to struggle to get attention, and I think the best way for it to get attention is if all the belts are on the line, you know, so they can crown one guy. You know, people will watch undisputed fight even if it's at a lower weight class. So I just think really it's about, can they make the dollars make sense? Can they make the math out for the fighters and make sure they're compensated accordingly? Because that's the main reason. Like, a lot of people ask, well, why didn't Romo Gonzalez unify back in the day? Why didn't certain guys at 115 fight for undisputed? Because the money wasn't there. They wouldn't even pay. Back when Romo Gonzalez was #1 pound for pound, they wouldn't even give him $1 million. So it's hard. Big paydays are very hard to come by in these weight classes, and I hope that with there being a path now to undisputed, that you know, whoever, Turkey, Top Rank, whoever, pays these guys accordingly and gets it to happen. Because I think, you know, like, for example, if Melvin Jerusalem were to fight Pedro Tajaron and beat him, and then Oscar Collazo beats knockout CP Freshmart, all of a sudden they can have a rematch for undisputed, and it's for all the marbles, and I think that'd be a great fight for boxing. I think Collazo's done a great job for Puerto Rican boxing. I think, you know, Melvin Jerusalem has been one of the Filipinos that's been holding it down in a period of time where, let's be honest, Filipino boxing really is not in a golden era right now. So he's doing his part to fly the flag high for Filipino boxing, and he's doing a great job. Every time I watch him fight, he's showing the ability to be the aggressive counterpuncher. He's showing the ability to be dangerous. He's showing the ability to produce knockouts at this lower weight class. So, you know, there's value. To me, there's real value in a fighter like Melvin Jerusalem from a boxing proud country with an entertaining style, who's willing to fight the best. You know, I'm all for it. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on Melvin Jerusalem's fight against Luis Castillo. There's not really a whole lot to dissect because it was pretty one-sided. But, you know, I think there's a clear path to undisputed, and I just hope that it can happen for these guys, because they deserve to get some fanfare. They deserve to get some shine. They're in the gym putting work like anybody else. Just because they're smaller than everybody doesn't mean they should be demeaned in any way. So, because this sport is hard. This boxing is the hardest sport in the world. So everyone from every weight class deserves respect. But let me know what you guys think. What did you guys make of Melvin Jerusalem's title defense against Luis Castillo? And you know, what do you guys think about potentially undisputed at 105 in 2025? Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. I'm at the Boxing Hall of Fame out here in Canterbury, New York. And for more great boxing content just like this video, make sure you click and subscribe right over here.